This is my video response to Bananiac's request or Bananiac's tag called My Vegan Life. So I thought I'd make a video about my nearly vegan life. I'm not vegan, but I'm 95% of the way there, and it's changed my life. 95% of the way got me 95% of the way there. Okay, but before I start, just wanted to show Bananiac, what to do with your sunglasses when you're not wearing them. So I saw him in his video. He was putting them down his shirt, which is, people don't do that. So what you do, I think it's pretty simple to describe. You take the sunglasses, you put them upside down, and you put them in the holes in the helmet here. Whoops. Jeez. Yeah, it's pretty simple. All right, put them in upside down. They fit just like that. And you go around like that, and that's what all the cool bike racers do. See that? So anyway, that's being a pro. So although I'm not a vegan, I am almost all the way there. I only eat meat products occasionally, and I do it because it's just easier. So I don't have discussion. I do have discussions with family members and people like we go out with. I always tell them, you don't need meat. It's to me, meat is a waste. You just do not need it. And, you know, does it taste good? Occasionally it tastes good. But you don't need it, and generally it's too heavy because people serve it with all kinds of fat sauces, and it's just too much. I mean, if you're gonna eat, all you need, if you need any meat, which some people like, you only need a little bit. So, like in my people's traditional eating Chinese food, it's rice, lots of vegetables, and some meat for seasoning, just some meat for taste. You know, it's not like, as they say, American style, where everyone's eating 100 grams of meat at every meal. It's just, you don't need it. It's a waste, and it'll make you feel sick a lot of times. It's too heavy. And that's, in the best case scenario, let's say you eat some low-fat chicken, or if you could find it, if there's such a thing, low-fat beef. Let's say it was, you know, it's more expensive. These are all the negative things. Okay, the best thing that could happen out of that is if you eat some low-fat beef or chicken or fish or whatever, and you're gonna burn it. You're gonna burn it up. You're gonna go on a ride. You're gonna go exercise, and you're just gonna burn it as fuel. It's a total waste. How much protein do you need? You don't need, I don't know, 50 grams? You know, even me, biking like a maniac, biking 200, 250, 300 kilometers a week, you know, I'm almost certain you need 80 grams of protein a day is too much, probably. And I get plenty of that, even when I'm just eating bread all day. So you do not need to eat meat. It's, you know, it's a waste. If I eat it, like the other night we were out at New Year's Eve, and it was a fancy French restaurant, and yeah, fine. I think the only thing on the menu, there was no vegan option, so I don't care. We're out with friends, we're having a good time. So I eat some beef. Okay, don't get upset. But to me, yeah, it tastes good. A little bit tastes great, right? Wonderful. You don't need it, and that meal cost, you know, at least $70, and which you can buy your vegan groceries for a week at $70, and you're spending it on one meal that you do not, it's a waste. You don't, I'm the next day I'm biking. I need fuel. I mean, what I wanted in that meal was a bread that they served, and there was I had some sugary dessert. I had two of them, and I'm sure there was cream in it. It was some kind of chocolate mousse, so it was not vegan. So it had some fat, some sugar. You know, okay, I can burn that. That's reasonably cheap enough to burn, and that's appropriate for cycling. But you don't need a fucking 100 grams of meat at every meal. That's insane. It's a waste. 16 months ago I was 105 kilos. Now I'm 77, and someone told me about veganism, or someone said, oh, they eat plant-based. I heard the words plant-based. And I thought about it, and he explained briefly what the concept was. It wasn't a long lecture. My cousin told me about this, but he had already, he had been doing it for a long time. And he was quite aware that people ask very dumb questions. So he didn't sit there and try to convert me. And he just said, pretty simple, plant-based. I mean, those two words basically describe it all. At any rate, I saw Forks Over Knives. It convinced me that this is what people need. And then I saw Dr. John McDougall's Start Solution videos. I never read the book. And it's just very clear. What people need is, they need fuel. People are plenty healthy just eating rice and vegetables, just eating potatoes and vegetables, a small amount of meat, if any. You don't need it. You do not need beef. You're just going to burn it. It's a waste. You're getting all your vitamins from plants. That's where they all come from. So it was a revelation learning all that stuff. So that was 16 months ago I learned about it. And I lost 28 kilos since. And now I'm, of course I'm extremely fit. You can look at my Strava data. I go ride everywhere. I ride 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers a week, on my fixie. I ride, it feels wonderful, and before this, when I had no idea what I was doing, when I was eating junk food all the time and getting fast food at the drive-thru in the middle of the night all the time, I weighed 105 kilos, I could barely move. Even though I'm not 100% vegan, the message, the information, the education is huge. Everyone should learn about it. I'm not saying to be 100% vegan or not, but you have to understand it. You don't need meat. It's a waste. It's what are you going to do with that much protein? You're going to excrete some of it. You're going to burn the rest of it. It's just an expensive way to go. So it's a total waste where where people grow grass or carbohydrates or whatever for animals to eat. Then they eat the animals. So you got carbohydrates, through animals into meat and a protein, and then people eat that protein, and then they have to break it down through neoglucogenesis to get it back down to glucose. So it's like, why waste these two steps in between? Just go directly from, I eat bread. I eat massive amounts of bread, potatoes, carbs. I mean, that's what fuels you. That's what makes everything go. Everything else it's a luxury. Okay, if you like it, fine. But if you eat too much of it, you're going to be in trouble. Right? I got in trouble. So just take it easy. Take it easy on the meat. You don't need that much. You don't have to. It's bad for the environment. I'm not giving you a lecture, but it's just a waste. I mean, and that much meat, like 100 grams at every meal, is too much. Who needs that? Just take a little bit is fine if you want it, or don't eat any at all. It's probably better. Okay, anyway, thanks.